wanted to welcome you to hang out with me and Brandy and Ben for this full moon Friday. Actually, the full moon's not till tomorrow, but this week has been a motherfucking week, y'all. It's been a week. Whew. And I didn't know if I was gonna do this full moon card reading, but I put on some new press-ons. Look at these, are fab. $5 glue on Walmart. Yes. I had a glass of wine. I put on my favorite sweats. I have my little fur babies playing with their favorite toys. And I'm gonna read some cards for this full moon. In true Friday night style, we like to watch movies like Constantine, because I am a huge Keanu Reeves fan for many, many years. I have been. So yeah, we like to hang out and sit on the floor and read cards and drink wine and watch some Keanu Reeves after a long, hard week, because I mean, what else do you need? So anyway, I got cat hair on my lip. Brandy. I don't know what Ben's doing. So full moon, 8th and 9th of February. It is in Leo. It is supposed to be bringing in lightness. It's supposed to illuminate where we're playing small, because there's not the time for that shit anymore. It's not the time for shit anymore either. Like, we just need things to get better. Maybe that's just me. I feel like a lot of you guys had a hard time all of January, and then I am always late. I was born like 6 days late. I can't get anywhere on time. Just like 5 minutes late everywhere. And once again, I'm late for the struggle bus. So if you had a hard time all of January, just know that it hit me once we made it to February. So the last 7 days, I've been gut punched by life, and it hasn't been very nice. But you know what? We're still here. We're still doing the damn thing, getting ready to read the cards, watching Ben play with his toy, watching some Constantine. So, okay, let's get to it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. So I am going to start with Aquarius, because this is your season. So happy birthday to all my little Aquariuses. I just love you guys. You're my favorite sign. I'm a Cancer, and Cancers are even my favorite sign. We're so like sensitive and like, anyway, Aquariuses, love you guys. So what I've done is I have pulled 2 cards for each sign. One card from the very creepy Deviant Moon Tarot. So we're going with a little bit of a dark theme for the tarot, and Keepers of the Light, one of my favorites for the Oracle. So got a balance of dark and light. Yeah, so here we go. The tarot card, I haven't looked at these, so this will be an adventure for all of us. So the tarot card for Aquarius is, Judgment. I've been pulling this card a lot too, and I'm an Aquarius moon. I don't know. So here is the card for Judgment. A little creepy. It's got some religious overtones. The number for the Judgment card is 20. We are in 2020. Duh, obviously. Also, I want to say that the Leo the full moon is at 20 degrees in Leo. I got an astrology email and it was like 2020. So yeah, I'm 99% sure that the moon is at 20 degrees Leo. And if it's not, then let me know and I'll refund you your money that you didn't pay for this free reading. It's been a week. I'm sorry. But we got Ben here playing with his toy. This kid is probably high on catnip. Okay, Judgment. So to me, the Judgment card is always a tricky one because judgment is shitty. We don't like to be judged, but we do a lot of judging. But the big thing to me about the Judgment card is this resurrection part of it. You know, that there's this angel of judgment that's like, doo-doo-doo. Everybody that, you know, wants to be resurrected, that's ready to get resurrected, like, come on up, welcome back. So I feel like this is a really positive card. It looks kind of, the whole deck looks scary, but I just love it. Even if you're a baby, you have the opportunity to come into the zombie afterlife of positive resurrection. So Aquarius, if you have been struggling, which I know a lot of my Aquarius besties have been, things are going to get better. Like, I keep saying that, and I so believe it's gonna happen, even if you get like throat chopped by life, which anyway. So positive things are coming. Like, you know, you're not getting resurrected because you're dead, but like, if you haven't felt a lot of energy, if you've like really been struggling, if you can't focus, if your mind is just like running the show, because Aquarius, you are, you know, your birthstone is amethyst, associated with the crown chakra. You guys are an air sign, which is of the mind. Like, if you feel like you're not feeling like yourself, if you feel like you're not feeling the way that you want to, and you can't make that shift, for whatever reason, it wasn't time for you to reawaken, but that time is coming. So with this full moon, that reawakening is going to happen, which, like, if you know anything about Leo, they like to be center stage. So it's like, okay, time to wake up and come into the spotlight in your own way, Aquarius. So that's your tarot card, Judgment. Your oracle card is El Moria, and it's Awakening Presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. I can't even. Resurrection, Awakening Presence. Like, what is this magic collaboration? So this is your light being that is here to assist you as you reawaken to things. His awakening presence is with you. He's got this, there's a lot of like blue, third eye, planet Aquarius, or my little Aquarians, planet Aquarius, outer space, you know. Yeah, white is also associated with the crown chakra. So yeah, this is your reading. You're waking up, Aquarius, coming back to you, and you've got El Moria as your guide to help you as you're awakening. So if you are struggling, you can call on him. He's here to help you out. So that was your reading, Aquarius. Next is Pisces. Oh, somebody's tired. Brandy's tired from the catnips. So Pisces, your tarot card for this full moon is, ooh, the Devil reversed. So look at this dude, is creepy. He has really long toes too. That's weird. So the Devil reversed. So the Devil typically is a notification to us that we are being tempted. So Pisces, you are such dear, sweet people. In your shadow element, there's a penchant for addiction. So addiction doesn't always mean drugs, alcohol, food, sex, whatever. It can be an addiction to spending. It can be an addiction to gaming. It can be an addiction to exercise. I don't know who has that addiction, but hey, do you? But so this is just calling your attention to if you're being tempted and you're overdoing it in some area. And so like this reversal is just letting you know, like, you're bringing things back into balance. So if things were out of balance for you, if you were overeating, undereating, you know, overspending, oversaving, like if there was like a really like distinct wide balance or imbalance for you, like if you're really on opposite ends of the spectrum, like at extremes. Like this is just letting you know that you're bringing things back into balance. Like you're becoming very aware of what those addictions, what those imbalances are. And with this full moon, you're actively kind of reining that in. You know, you're actively getting back to where you want to be. You know, sometimes we pull the devil upright because it's like, hey, things are out of balance. Like, quit eating so many brownies, which is not me. But when it's reversed, this is kind of telling me that you're aware of where the imbalance was and you're ready to take action to right things, to correct the balance for you. So that's your tarot card, the devil reversed. And your oracle card is Horus. And so it's cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. So that's really awesome that you are aware of the way you want to rebalance things. And Horus is here because your ass is ready for some miracles and he's ready to bring them in. Anyway, so if you are struggling to bring in that change, that rebalance that you want, that you're aware of, call on this guy. He's your keeper of the light that's here to help you. So that was your reading, Pisces. Next is Aries. Aries, your tarot card is, ooh, what is this? Oh, this, in my defense, this deck is beautiful, but also difficult because you have to know your stuff because there's no words on here. It's just a number. So it was like 9. What is 9? 9 of Cups. Derp. So 9 of Cups, that's a good card. Like Cups are love. 9 is completing something, completing a cycle, accomplishing something. So when we look at this card, essentially this guy, this person, you Aries, you have access to whatever you want, whatever your heart desires. You have this genie that wants to grant your wish, and you know, he's rub the lamp, and there's all these 9 cups all the way around. And so this is like emotional fulfillment, like happiness, like self-love. Like this is just really positive stuff that is coming to you with this full moon. So 9 of Cups, good stuff. I don't know. What else do we need to say? Your oracle card, I'm gonna say this wrong, but I'm gonna go for it. Mahavatar Babaji. So his message is soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connection between all things. So this is your keeper of the light that's here with you. So as you begin to, hey buddy, as you begin to receive all that's available for you during this full moon, he's here to help your soul expand in this receiving, you know, because cups is love, emotion, energy. It's not like pentacles, it's not tangible. So this soul expansion is very much about like the internal intangible. So Aries, that's your reading. That's good stuff. Hi Ben, how you doing, buddy? You okay? What you doing? You high on catnip? Oh yeah. Next is Taurus. So Taurus, your tarot card is, so this is the 9 of Wands. Oh, this one's kind of tricky. So she's sad. You can see she's got her 8 wands here, the 1 here. She's got her mask on. She's kind of down in the dumps a little bit sad. So wands are a card of action. But this, you know, the 9 again is about completing a cycle. So with this full moon, I feel like you're completing something, but there was a really high expectation for how you were going to feel upon completion. And so there's a little bit of disappointment. Like we can see with her, the head is down, you know, her hands are in her lap. She's just kind of slumped over. For me, this card very much feels like there was an expectation that wasn't met. There's some disappointment. And you didn't do anything wrong. Like this was what needed to happen. Like this was part of your lesson, part of your journey. And I feel like you know that. Your oracle card is faith. So her message is humanity and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. So even though you are experiencing some disappointment with this full moon, Faith is here to remind you that, you know, like you just need to continue to trust. Just because things didn't work out the way you expected doesn't mean that they won't happen. You know, so those times that you feel the disappointment, like you feel like you had an expectation that wasn't met, especially when you've done all the work and all the things to line this up to happen, just know that once that disappointment pops up, that you're just being asked to deepen your faith and to trust, and that those things that you're manifesting, those things you're calling in, they are coming. It's just not ready yet. Now is not the time. So that's your message, Taurus. Next is Gemini. So this is the message for Gemini. So your tarot card, Gemini, ooh, it's the sun. Oh, and it's so Gemini. It's so Gemini. Look at it. It's the twins dancing in the sun. This is totally like, I have a very close friend that has the nickname Sunshine because that's just her, and she's a Gemini, and hopefully she watches this. But this is such a good card, like coming into the full moon, like if shit's been heavy, it's gonna be awesome. Like once the full moon hits, like once you come into this next 30-day cycle of the full moon, it's gonna be sunshine and naked twins, and probably not naked twins, but sunshine and good things and positivity. And there's gonna be a lot of light coming in. If you felt a lot of heaviness and darkness, there's gonna be a lot of light coming in to illuminate all the great things in your life. There's gonna be a perspective shift, a mindset shift. Like you're going to see all the good in your life that's been there the whole time, but maybe like you had like sunglasses forced on you, you know, or there was just things were heavy and it was hard to be positive. So Gemini, come on. So the Oracle card that I pulled for you, excuse me, is the card for Krishna, and the message is devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. I mean, this is like an Irish prayer, like may the sun always shine on your face. I don't know if that's an Irish prayer. Anyway, but so devotion, you know, because you remain faithful in the dark times, now that the sun is up, great things are coming. If there's some clouds and you're struggling to see the sun, you can call on Krishna. He's your keeper of the light that is here to help you whenever you're ready to dance in the sun with your twin. So that's your reading, Gemini. Next is Cancer. So the tarot card for you, Cancer, is Queen of Swords reversed. So this is the Queen of Swords upright. Typically the Queen of Swords is a woman that is kind of seen as a little bit cold. She's able to make the best decisions for everyone. So she's able to objectively make decisions even if she's involved. Like she's able to put her emotions aside and logically figure out like what is best for everyone. And so because this is reversed, decision making with this full moon is going to be tricky. Because you are releasing that hard part of you, that hard part of your shell is falling away, and you're coming into like a little bit of a different vulnerability, and it feels very uncomfortable. Because, you know, for us Cancers, like when our shell is hard and we have like that big claw, that's our safety. Like that's our ability to self-protect, means that we're going to be safe. But because we're releasing those hard parts of us, we're really having to tap into our soul, our heart, our essence to make decisions. And that's really scary, and that's really hard because that's not typically how we operate. So this reversal is just kind of letting you know that like if you're having a hard time as a Cancer making decisions after the full moon, it's okay. If you feel pressure to make decisions about things, I would suggest that you kind of ask yourself, like, do I really need to make this decision? Like, am I being asked to make a really big decision on behalf of the people I care for? Or am I being kind of internally pressured? Am I pressuring myself to make a decision because society says that I have to follow up or do this or blah, blah. In those times that you feel like you have to decide, just tap into you and find out like, okay, do I need to decide this right now? Is this something that I have to do right now? To figure out like, is that pressure real, or is that pressure internal pressure I'm putting on myself because I'm so uncomfortable at being a little bit more vulnerable, excuse me. So the Oracle card for Cancer, oh, it's a good one, is, oh, my foot's falling asleep, is Charity, and the message is prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. So this is perfect. Cancer, we're having a hard time making decisions because we're letting our guard down to be our more vulnerable, soft, authentic selves. Because Cancers, we are nurturers. We are the mama bears. And sometimes you can't use the claws. Sometimes you have to use the bear hug, which is uncomfortable and sometimes not appropriate. Anyway, but the keeper of the light that is here with you to help you is Charity. So ask and you shall receive. If you are not able to discern if you have to make a decision or not, you can call on Charity, your keeper of the light, to ask her, like, is this something I need to decide on right now? Is this something you can help me with? And prayer has a religious connotation to it, but prayer is just really our conversation with God, our higher power, universe. You can pray with your hands together. You can pray while you're driving in the car. Like, you can pray walking around your house. You know, you can talk to your higher power at any time. And that intimate conversation between the two of you is a prayer. So not only do you have your higher power, you've got this lovely lady who wants to help you. And I just love the red of this because Cancer's, our birthstone is red, and typically, you know, crabs are red. So I just love it. When do I not love stuff? I mean, let's be honest. Okay, so how you guys doing? What's going on? Where's your toys been? Did you eat all the catnip? Just trying to find more catnip in the blanket. Leo, this is your reading. Ooh. So your card, Leo, is the Chariot, which is always a nice card. So essentially you're being carried, of course, because this is a Leo full moon. Like, this full moon is carrying you into better places, you know, like not like a different planet. Like, you're not gonna pass on, like, energetically, spiritually, maybe even a move, depending on like, if that resonates for you. Like the Chariot, you know, this card, the Chariot, it's not the charioteer. It's not about this guy. It's about the chariot, you know, the transportation, the vehicle that's taking us somewhere else. And so whenever we pull the Chariot, like, we are being carried into a new phase. We're being carried into a new stage. The Chariot is the segue between the lifeline and the death line. So, you know, you might be carried, you might be moving into another phase of life. You might be moving into a time where you get to let go of shit that you didn't really want to carry in the first place. You might be moving into a time when you get to reinvent yourself, which is always fun. You know, you're definitely moving into better, easier times, for sure. I gotta make sure Brandy's not eating my cards. You gonna cuddle my cards? Okay, that's okay. So I was gonna say, so Chariot, this is your Leo card. So Leo, this is your card, your tarot card, the Chariot. The Oracle card that I pulled for you is White Eagle, which is ancestor spirit. So connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. So looks like you're being carried to some healing, to some family healing, relationship healing. Yeah, I mean, if you are wanting to do some healing and you don't know how, this is your keeper of the light to call on, White Eagle. And, you know, this talks about like ancestor spirit and like lineage and family. But, you know, sometimes our lineage is not necessarily like our family bloodline. Our lineage can be if you are, if you're a minority and you want to do some healing around like perceived, not even perceived, like stigmas or like belief systems that you feel like are holding you back. If you want to do some healing around like maybe a religious upbringing, you know, that is part of your, you know, maybe cultural, social lineage, family lineage. You know, this is so much bigger than like whether or not you get along with your parents or your siblings, but it could be those things. So just want to share that. But so Chariot, you're being carried to healing, and White Eagle is your keeper of the light to help you out. You can call on him anytime you like. So that was your reading, Leo. Next is Virgo. So Virgo, your tarot card is the Death card. And so as we can see, it is a pregnant horse lady. So I have another deck where death is depicted as a pregnant woman. And, you know, like really from like a logical perspective, like that doesn't make sense. Like why would death be pregnant? But death is a card of endings, you know, so the only thing that can come after an ending is a recreation, is something new. So I feel like that's what this, you know, this pregnancy symbolizes. So Virgo, like with this full moon, like something is going to like die away for you. If you've been struggling to like release something, if you've been struggling to move on from something, like with this full moon, it will end. So bad habits, relationships, struggle, like something is coming to an end with this full moon, which is always good. Sometimes it's hard, like we don't want things to end, but whenever these endings come, whenever these natural deaths come, they're always for our highest good. So the oracle card, excuse me, that I pulled for you is Gaia, which is earth connection. So be mindful of the planet, come back to earth and stay grounded. So Virgo, you are an earth sign. You know, Virgo symbolized by the Virgin. This very much looks like the Virgin Mary. You know, Gaia is Mother Earth. So if you have felt like because you're in this process that you can't get under control, you know, with this full moon, it's ending and you're gonna find your grounding again. It might be really helpful for you to get out in nature, whether that's stepping outside, you know, into your front yard or your backyard, going for a hike, driving with the windows down, actually going to a park, taking your dog for a walk, like any of those things that help you to connect to nature. So Virgo, your message for the full moon is that something is ending and you've got Gaia, Mother Earth, to call on as your keeper of the light to help you bring this thing to a close. Now it's wine time. Libra, your tarot card is the Hermit. So this looks pretty rough. And you've been having a hard time. Yeah, like you have been doing a lot, you know, like you, to me, it feels like you're being pulled in like 7 different directions. And Libra, the symbol for you is the scales. Everything is about balance, you know, like how do I balance this with that, this with that? And it's very difficult to find balance when we're being pulled in so many different directions. And that's what you've been experiencing. So with this full moon, what is going to happen is that you're going to essentially just say, you know what, stop. Or you're just going to disappear because you need time alone, because you need to rest, you need to recuperate, you need to reprioritize, and you really need that time to reflect on like, how did everything get so out of balance? Like what happened to me? why did this happen? How does this not happen again? Like, what is going on? And so when we, you know, pull the Hermit, when we're in that Hermit energy, we just want to get alone. Like this lady, she's pretty much in the fetal position with her little pet piranha. You know, she's she's trying to cover her eyes, but she has to look, like she has to look out. And then she's got, you know, one arm over her head. So, you know, if you've been feeling super, super stressed out, just know with this full moon that's coming to an end, you're going to come into some solitude. You're gonna kind of retract yourself for the sake of yourself. And this is really the energy of like, I don't really care if people don't like it, you know. It's almost like when you get sick, you know, and like you are like, I've got the flu, I got a stomach bug, I got whatever. Like, no, I'm not going out and I don't feel bad. Like, I don't want to throw up everywhere, so I can't come to your birthday party. Like, that's the energy that this is, that like, I'm gonna hermit and that's what I need to do for me. And I'm not asking permission and I don't feel bad. And trying to please you is not my priority right now, which is really good for you, Libras, because you guys are people pleasers. So you are making a shift with this Leo full moon to put you first, which like about fucking time, because you deserve it. You guys are amazeballs. The Oracle card I pulled for you is Hilarion, and his message is divine healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Like, I told you I didn't look at these before I pulled them, right? Magic. It's magic. So your tarot message for the full moon is that, you know, in this next 30-day cycle, you're going to be resting, retreating, hiding away. If you struggle to do that, you can call on Hilarion and just ask him, like, you know, Hilarion, please make a way for me to disappear. Please make a way for these plans to be canceled so that I can just hermit. Please give me the strength to just unapologetically say no, I'm not able to, and to not feel guilty for not people pleasing. So Hilarion is your keeper of the light, and he is here to bring you divine healing. And, you know, when we can get quiet and alone, that's the time that we're able to heal, for sure. So Libra, that was your message. Next is Scorpio. So Scorpio, your tarot card. You want to sit with me, Ben? Come on, buddy, come sit with me. Come and sit with me, Ben. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Sorry, Scorpio, your message is, your tarot card is the 10 of Wands. I'm not sure what kind of creature this is, but he's having a hard time, just like you, because you've been doing too much. So with this full moon, you're really being called to pay attention to where you're overdoing it, because you have chosen to carry all these wands. Nobody's forcing you to carry them. And you know, you guys are so strong and independent, and let me do it myself because nobody's going to do it right. And you know, the full moon is really illuminating how much you're carrying right now. And I mean, this he's having a tough time, you know. He's got his eyes bulging out of his face, got his fangs out. He's not wearing any shoes, and he's carrying all this stuff. He doesn't have any gloves, you know, what's going on? So this full moon, this next 30-day cycle is calling to your attention, like, where are you doing things that you don't really need to be doing? Like, you don't have to do all this. Other people need to carry some of the weight, you know, but as long as you're clutching on to all the work, you're going to be stuck with it. So if you have a tendency to move into the shadow space of like being a martyr, this is calling attention to that. Like, do not sacrifice yourself just to look like the hardest worker, the strongest carrier. Like, don't do that. Like, that's that's not what you're made for. You know, you guys are really strong, you're really independent, but whatever these things are right now, these are not all yours to carry, and you know that. So yeah, this full moon is illuminating that you're carrying shit that's not yours. So I invite you to lay down what is not yours to carry anymore. And so the oracle card that I pulled for you, ooh, it's so perfect, is Kuan Yin. Her message is care and compassion. Choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. So I talked about, you know, if you have a tendency to self-sacrifice, to martyr, and I feel like it's so perfect that Kuan Yin came up. If you're not familiar with the story of Kuan Yin, I would recommend that you Google it. I always kind of describe her as the Buddhist equivalent of the Virgin Mary, because both women in their respective religions made huge sacrifices. You know, the Virgin Mary sacrificed her, oh, sorry, I'm kicking things around. The Virgin Mary sacrificed her childhood and her reputation. And, you know, historically, like looking at things, like they guesstimate that she was 13. So Kuan Yin sacrificed her life to save someone else that was very, very cruel to her. So yeah, if you have a tendency to martyr, if you have a tendency to overdo it for people that don't deserve your time and energy, have some care and compassion on yourself. Give yourself a break. Put down some of the sticks. Yeah. And if you're having a hard time doing that, or you don't know what to put down, you can call on Kuan Yin. She is your keeper of the light. She is your guard in this time, and she is definitely there to support you. And next we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, your card is the Ace of Swords reversed. So we've got, you know, Ace of Swords upright is what it looks like. But reversed, Ace of Swords is about new beginnings. So the reversal is that a new beginning is coming, but there's a little bit of a, in my mind, it's like a staggering, but that's not what it, like, it looks like when you're trying to drive stick and you keep stalling out. Not staggering, stalling. 2 L's, 2 G's, whatever. Now you know how my weird brain works. So there's a new beginning coming, but because of this reversal, like some part of it is stalling out. And it's not you. Like there's another part. There's something in the background that isn't in place yet, that hasn't happened, that hasn't lined up. So there's a catalyst for your new beginning that hasn't happened yet. So it's kind of like if you are waiting for a cannonball to shoot out of the cannon, but nobody's lit the fuse. This is where we are. That's all that is. That's all that's saying. That there's a new beginning coming, but nobody's lit the fuse on it yet. And it's not for you to light it. Like there's some other thing in the background that needs to happen. So just be patient. If you're aware of like a new beginning, if you've been calling it a new beginning, if you've been praying, manifesting, working towards a new beginning, don't get discouraged. It's coming. Just, you know, somebody else has to get their shit together. It's coming. So the oracle card I pulled for you is Master Buddha. And his message is increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. So in those times that you're like, why isn't this new thing happening? Tune into your inner voice, tune into your intuition, and just ask, you know, what do you need me to do? Do I need to be patient? Do I need to find something else to focus on? You know, anytime that frustration or impatience comes up, you can call on your keeper of the light, Master Buddha. I have a rather fat cat on a hardwood floor who's trying to crawl under my couch because, did you give up, Chunk? Yeah, we gotta put you on a diet. Yes, I know, it's so hard. It's hard to be voluptuous. Oh, it's so hard. Look at this little Chunkanina. Look at her. She's so, look at this little Christmas ham back here. Okay. She's like, no, hold me. And last but not least, is Capricorn. So your tarot card, your message for the full moon is Page of Swords. So this card is letting you know, hey, something's shifting, something's coming, there's an announcement. The swords are about mindset, but I feel like this is also, it feels like you're ready to launch something, if that makes sense, like a business. You're ready to maybe like launch a new habit. You're maybe ready to pull the trigger on like that job application. Like you're ready to take action on whatever thing you've been like thinking about, ruminating, planning, with this full moon. So that's really good. I think that's exciting. I hope you think that's exciting. The thing that came to my mind for some of you is divorce. So if you've been contemplating divorce, you might be pulling the trigger on that. Hopefully that is for your best good. Hopefully that is in alignment for you and you feel okay with that. I know that's kind of tricky. So the oracle card that I have for you is Freya, which is perfect with starting a new venture. Her message is phrases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. So when we pull the trigger on something new, we have to let go of something old. You know, if we choose to get divorced, we're leaving behind our marriage. You know, and her message of release and renew with this card is just letting you know, even if you are leaving behind something that's hard to leave, or you're scared of your new beginning, like it's gonna be okay. Freya is also known for her boldness. So I think with this full moon, I can't even, this full moon, you're being invited to be really bold, you know, to be a little bit fearless. You know, pages are always looking for adventure. Like they're too young to be knights, but they can't wait. Like they can't wait for the battle. They can't wait to ride a horse. They can't wait to wear the armor. Like they are just so excited and bold. And so just the combination of these two, I feel like it's just really positive. So even if you are choosing to walk away from something, I feel like you feel really good about it. Yeah. So Capricorn, that's your reading. I'm ready to lay on the couch, finish this last little bit of my wine, and watch some more of this handsome, like, oh, this handsome devil. Oh man. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed your full moon reading. Please like, share, comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if it resonated for you. Let me know if you enjoyed seeing the cats. Let me know if you like wine and what kind of wine you like to drink. Happy full moon. I will see you guys on Sunday for a coffee and connect. Okay, bye.